Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to the English Story Nook. So happy to have you here. Get cozy and ready for an amazing story to boost your English skills. Don't forget, you can find the link to the PDF story and practice exercises right in the description below. If you enjoy our stories, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the English Story Nook, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's dive in. Today, you will find out about Elara, a woman whose vibrant optimism leads her to a mysterious, dilapidated building. Locals call 7 Doors to Nowhere, a place whispered to be the end of dreams. Intrigued rather than deterred by the daunting warnings, Elara feels compelled to embark on a journey behind these 7 mysterious doors. What happens when you choose a path everyone else calls futile? Discover this intriguing story from the English Story Nook, exploring the prospect of finding purpose in the most unexpected places and challenging the very idea of nowhere. 7 Doors to Nowhere. Elara stumbled upon the place quite by accident, tucked away behind the bustling marketplace, an old, dilapidated building that sighed with the weight of forgotten years. Above its main entrance, a weathered sign hung crookedly, bearing the intriguing words, 7 Doors to Nowhere. Locals whispered it was a place of failed dreams, each door representing a path that ultimately led to disappointment. But Elara, possessing a spirit brimming with passion and an optimism that often defied logic, felt an undeniable pull. This wasn't just decay, it felt like potential wrapped in mystery. The prospect of discovering what lay behind those doors ignited a fire within her. The task felt daunting, certainly. 7 paths explicitly labeled as futile? It would have been easy to turn away, to heed the warnings. Yet Elara felt compelled to embark on this strange journey. Nowhere, she thought, is just a place waiting for a purpose. With a deep breath, full of fervent hope, she pushed open the first door. It creaked open into a surprisingly vibrant, albeit wildly overgrown, garden. Weeds tangled with forgotten roses, but sunlight streamed through, illuminating the tenacity of life. Here, amidst the untamed beauty, she spent days learning about the resilience of nature, how even neglected things could flourish against the odds. This lesson in resilience felt far from nowhere. It felt like a beginning. The second door opened into a dusty, silent workshop. Tools lay scattered, seemingly useless. It appeared to confirm the building's reputation. However, Elara, refusing to accept the obvious, started tinkering. She adopted an unconventional approach, combining tools in ways they weren't designed for. Slowly, she discovered new techniques, creating small, intricate sculptures from discarded materials. This unconventional thinking opened up a new prospect for her creativity, proving the initial misconception about the room wrong. If she hadn't challenged that misconception, she might have missed this spark. Not every door offered immediate rewards. The third door revealed a room utterly empty, save for the dust motes dancing in a single shaft of light. Discouragement pricked at her optimism. This surely was the nowhere the sign promised. It took considerable effort to persevere, to simply sit in the emptiness and wait. Yet, as she sat, her mind, usually racing, grew calm. She began to meditate, finding a profound peace she hadn't known she lacked. This stillness, this connection with her inner self, proved invaluable. She realized that sometimes nowhere is the space needed for introspection. This invaluable gift of quietude became a cornerstone of her newfound strength. Feeling energized, Elara continued, undeterred by the challenges. Behind the fourth door, she found shelves lined with books filled with archaic symbols and forgotten languages. Deciphering them was arduous, requiring immense patience. She had to persevere through complex texts, but the knowledge she unlocked about history, philosophy, and the stars was profound. The fifth door led to a space filled with mirrors, each reflecting a different version of herself, past, potential, feared. Confronting these reflections was difficult, but it led to a tangible sense of self-acceptance. This tangible understanding of her own complexities was empowering. The sixth door opened to reveal a simple, warm kitchen. Here she found recipes for unfamiliar dishes, using ingredients she learned to grow in the garden from the first door. She learned to cook, to share, to find joy in simple nourishment. She began to harness the resources she had discovered behind the previous doors, the creativity from the workshop, the patience from the empty room, the knowledge from the library. It felt like a culmination of her efforts, learning how to harness potential. Finally, she stood before the seventh door. What daunting secret could it hold? She pushed it open and stepped through, finding herself back outside the dilapidated building, blinking in the familiar sunlight. Nothing had physically changed, yet everything was different. The journey hadn't led to a geographical nowhere, but it had triggered a complete paradigm shift within her. The inherent potential she had unlocked within herself was the true destination. She understood that nowhere was simply the label given to paths not yet understood. Her inherent belief in possibility had been validated. Elara left the place, not with treasures or gold, but with something far more precious. She carried the vibrant energy of the garden, the spark of intriguing ideas from the workshop, the peace of the empty room, the profound wisdom from the books, the self-acceptance from the mirrors, and the warmth of the kitchen. Her journey, which started as a leap of faith, became the culmination of her self-discovery. Undeterred by life's uncertainties, she was ready to embark on her next adventure, forever changed by the 7 doors to nowhere. Understanding that the most rewarding journeys often begin on paths others dismiss, it was a fundamental paradigm shift that colored her world with optimism. The end. We hope you enjoyed today's story from the English Story Nook. If you found this video helpful for your English learning journey, please show your support by liking and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss our next adventure. We're really curious to hear your thoughts on Elara's journey through the 7 doors to nowhere. It's such a powerful reminder about looking beyond labels. What part of her adventure, choosing to explore paths others called futile, resonated most with you? Have you ever embarked on something others dismissed, perhaps a project or a learning goal, and found unexpected growth or discovery? Share your experiences in the comments below. It would be wonderful to hear about challenging those nowhere ideas. Don't forget, you can find the link to the PDF version of today's story with extra practice materials in the description box below. Keep up the fantastic learning, and we can't wait to see you again soon at the English Story Nook. Happy learning!